Wildlife photography is one of the most challenging genres of photography out there. Oftentimes, you may need to increase your ISO to ensure your shutter speed freezes the wildlife in the frame. Unfortunately, in doing this, you're going to be creating noise in your scene. Using ON1 NoNoise AI, you can remove all of the noise in your image regardless of your subject and situation, all while maintaining the detail and textures in the eyes, fur, and feathers. Let's use ON1 NoNoise AI to remove noise and enhance the details in a series of wildlife photos. Inside of NoNoise AI, let's select Open Photos so that we can navigate to a folder of noisy wildlife images. I'll choose a series of photographs, and then I'll open them up inside of NoNoise AI. When I open the group of images, it will zoom in to 100% on the first selected photo in the series. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more on the photograph so that we can see all of the noise and details in our image. With our first photo, let's set the noise reduction and sharpening, and then we can sync those settings to the rest of our images. NoNoise AI is doing a fantastic job at removing all of the noise in this photo, yet it's also preserving all of the detail in the eye and feathers and beak of our bird. To enhance the details a bit more, let's head over to the right side of NoNoise AI into the Details pane. Inside the Noise Reduction section, let's increase our luminance slider to 100 to get rid of every bit of noise in our photo. We can then use the Enhance Detail slider to ensure the textures and details represent the wildlife scene we are envisioning. If we need to increase these smaller bits of detail and micro contrast to ensure the focus is intact or really pop the details, we can use this sharpening section of the Details pane. The Amount slider will incorporate the sharpening into the photograph, and then we can use the Detail slider here to fine-tune the radius of that sharpening. If we pull this slider to the right, it makes the sharpening more prominent in the scene. Pulling it back will tone down the sharpening a bit. I think a good balance here looks great. The sharpening is creating more depth between our background and subject, and it's also making sure the scene has tack-sharp focus. Now let's take a look at our original image, and then our no noise photo. We have zero noise in our modified photo, yet we've maintained the details and textures in our bird. Now let's apply these same no noise settings to our series of images to quickly batch process them. First, I'm going to lock these settings in by selecting this Apply button in the Details pane. Then, with the images selected in the film strip, let's head down and select this Sync button near the bottom right of NoNoise AI. In the Apply Settings dialog, let's make sure that the modifications we've made are selected to sync across the images, and we can choose Apply. This will sync those no noise settings across our series of images, quickly removing the noise and enhancing the detail in the wildlife. To learn more about ON1 NoNoise AI or other ON1 editing products, head over to our website at www.on1.com or leave a comment below.